You are now listening to the Someone's Favorite Productions podcast network.
Hey everybody, this is Ryan from the New World Pictures podcast, where we're on a mission to watch every movie ever made by New World Pictures. With me as always is Mark.
Every movie?
Every movie?
Every movie? From the Roger Corman cult classics like Battle Beyond the Stars,
Help!
and the super weird stuff you never even heard of like Eat and Run.
Makes your tongue want to say, hey, it's nice in here.
Yes, Mark, every movie. And Erica.
Every movie?
Yes, Erica, every movie.
Every movie. So we're still talking about Night Zoo.
I've seen it.
And all the bonus stuff too. We're talking things we love, things we hated, favorite scenes, inside jokes. And I know we're not at final questions, but are we still talking about Ryan's research?
I know I am. So check out our website, newworldpicturespodcast.com, or subscribe to the New World Pictures podcast wherever you listen to your podcast. Follow us on the socials, and we'll see you next time at the New World Pictures podcast, proud to be a part of Someone's Favorite Productions podcast network.
Hello and welcome to Split Your Head. I'm your host Bob, and today's special guests are the M sisters, Hazel M and Mae M, whose brand new feature film Divine Hammer is a certified head-splitting banger. Mumble-gore insanity ensues as we watch these two girls meet up online and then make plans to kill each other on tape. However, what happens instead is, dare I say, more of a buddy comedy? Truly unlike anything I've seen before, Divine Hammer is a fascinating journey through tones and forms that electrified me at every turn. I am so stoked to have these two on so I can pick their brain and figure out how the hell they came up with such a miraculous debut. Mae, Hazel, thank you so much for coming on. I just finished the movie.
Thank you so much for having us.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, I have
and for
to.
the kind words.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean every word because, I just finished the movie and was like, oh my God. Brain exploded. So many questions, but also how do I pull the questions out of my brain? But let's start right away with how's the reception been so far? I understand you've been doing some festival screenings and stuff, and
It's been really good, which is not particularly what we expected. There's kind of the twofold of we are two people who've been primarily making stuff on the internet for YouTube audiences, Twitch. So there's the initial moment of, oh shit, it has surpassed that initial expected audience of people who already care about our stuff. And then there has been the secondary oh shit of people actually liking it.
yeah.
Because especially when two YouTubers make a film, if it escapes their niche, it is probably because someone fucking hated it and wants to talk about how much they hate it.
Right,
so the
yeah.
fact that people aren't hating this film has been a
Right, the
real
fact that this
pleasant
isn't sort of like
surprise.
a curio within our body of internet work.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think on that note, it is also a little bit crazy how many people are willing to show up in physical places to see the film.
Yeah.
Some people have, I think a couple people at some of these screenings have traveled from out of state. I think one person at the premiere came from fucking Canada.
South Carolina. South
Canadian.
Carolina.
There was,
an
which is so
18-hour
funny
drive.
because there was a South Carolina show tonight, right?
Yeah.
I wonder how they're feeling about that. I wonder if they went.
Oh, wow. That's awesome. Well, I feel like what you're both talking about with being YouTube creators is when you make content online, you're kind of used to a quick flash of interest.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah.
And you've made a movie and obviously you might not get that quick flash, but it will just grow and resonate with people. And I think what you did is such a resonant film, So yeah, where did the idea come from exactly? And how long did it take you to make it?
So the let's just say that functionally March or April of 2023 was the film's impetus.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we finished the premiere cut 3 days before it premiered.
So
it
what,
was-
December 12th?
Yeah, so
2025?
it was
Love
2
it.
years and 9 months. Is that
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd
and
say about
and
that much.
that mostly happened because we had a premiere scheduled for the end of 2025 because we desperately wanted to be a 2025 film and not a 2026
Yeah,
film.
Oh,
which
So
is sort of funny.
when we announced the film, we were like, "Oh, Divine Hammer, 2024."
Yeah, so it is a
So if
little
we
bit of a pride thing. We were like, we can't have this stretch out another fucking year.
so like even if it was January 2nd, 2026, it would feel like we missed it by 2 years instead
Yeah.
of
okay.
just one. But,
So
in
the initial concept for the film started around spring of 2023. We started discussing it a little bit closer to summer, and that was when we bought tickets to shoot in October. And that
Okay.
Yeah.
was the point that we went, all right, now we need to have something ready when it's time to shoot.
yeah,
So we wrote the
to
portion of the film that we had that we knew would take place in Pennsylvania because I bought tickets to fly to Pennsylvania to shoot that portion of the film first,
Okay.
knowing that I would be alone in Seattle and could theoretically, so I thought at the time, shoot all of the Seattle stuff myself. Mae wasn't supposed to be living here already when we started that, so
I
when we shot, we had like a vague outline of everything that happens before Holly gets on the plane, but it was pretty much from that point forward that we had written in time to shoot, and then little smatterings between the end of 2023 through 2025 we kind of picked away at adding some new shots here and there, developing a couple of extra details, changing a few things. I think I reshot the intro to the film like a couple days before it
Yeah.
premiered,
I
like
feel
maybe a
like
week before it premiered.
I feel like we shot something for Scarecrow for the film like
Yes,
the same
yeah.
day or the same
Yeah.
week.
Yeah. No,
As-
and then we parted ways, and then I went and reshot the opening of the film.
Yeah. So like this film was like there was a big stretch in 2024 where not much happened, but
Okay.
basically our entire 2023s and our entire 2025s, other than two other massive projects that we got set in, Divine Hammer was like the thing that we were working on.
Yeah,
On
I
and
would say
off,
that
on and
generally
off.
speaking, working on a movie was like the thing that we did together last year.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
managed to work on a good handful of productions together, which was really nice. But all of that inherently did relate back to Divine Hammer.
Yeah, because when we
Um,
weren't working on Divine Hammer, it's like, okay, well, we still need to finish Divine Hammer. These skills will help bridge the
Totally.
final gap, even if the final gap
Exactly.
is just editing.
Can I ask a question that might like rob you of sleep? Okay, so if you didn't have that premiere date and you were totally fine with it coming out in 2026, would you have just kept working on it?
No.
Okay, so you knew it was done.
Well, I mean, okay, so I guess like having a date that it had to get done by does light the fire under your ass. So I think
Okay.
in that sense, we can probably say that in the same way we bought plane tickets before we had a finished script.
Okay.
We had a premiere before we had a film, which was a shitty thing to do. That was
Yeah.
a liability that we were creating for everybody we were working with.
There
That
was
was
there was
really
like
inappropriate.
there was a 90% cut that they could have screened,
Yeah,
but
but
like
thankfully that didn't have to happen.
anything additive that we thought of in 2025, even before we had that premiere date, other than the kill where Rose gets shot with the gun and the cigarette is inside the gun. Basically everything we thought of in 2025 that wasn't like editing or score or like minor writing tweaks
Mm.
got shut down because it was like reshoot this, reshoot that, reshoot this. Because
Yeah.
it's just we couldn't afford to do it, not necessarily monetarily or time-wise, but just in a world where we have the like the mental health to finish this film. Like
Okay.
when you start fucking redoing stuff and redoing stuff and redoing stuff, this would have
It
just
would
been
become
a
a
ship,
ship
of
of
Theseus.
Theseus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is that? A ship of Theseus?
The ship of Theseus is the concept of if a ship is rebuilt gradually over time such that none of its original parts are still there because every single part of it has been replaced with fresh wood, is it still the same object?
Oh my god. Okay. Interesting. So, okay, total tangent. I'll try to make this fast. But you're making me think of like an art thing that I used to do as a kid in school where you color a piece of paper with like different colors and then you cover it all in black crayon and then you use like a coin or like something and scratch the
Oh
black
yeah.
away.
Oh,
Right.
Yeah. And
Wow.
I mean, I guess that's sort of almost like the opposite of what you're talking about in a way. It's like going back
It's
to
a
that
really good
original
metaphor,
thing.
though.
Yeah, no,
I
I mean,
right? Yeah.
it is like an additive layer that by stripping it back, you get more from the initial
Yeah.
stuff.
Right,
And ultimately,
right.
what we realized was that all of our anxiety about necessary reshoots really was just editing it really, really meticulously and
Yeah.
occasionally getting a
Mm,
couple inserts here and there. Like the
okay.
last maybe week or so of editing, a lot of it was going, okay, I need like an extra shot here. I need something I can cut to, like not
Yeah.
literally this, but I was like, can I just like get the back of my head against a white wall? You know?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
How do I create things that look like they're in sequence when really they're not?
Just like a lot of effectively paper macheing over
Yeah,
some
like
of the like
Sure.
there are a
stuff we
couple
never thought to
insert
get when we
shots.
were initially shooting.
Yeah, there are a couple insert shots of hands holding cameras that I shot like a week before the premiere, stuff like
Yeah.
that. So
It does feel very textural in that way, you know? I think that's kind of what you're talking about is like shots as textures, moving it
definitely
back and forth
right.
like that, you
Yeah,
know?
it's there's kind of like an arc of motion that a scene or really a film kind of needs to bridge, and it's like these big long kind of stretches where everything needs to flow
Yeah.
uninterruptedly. I don't really know what I'm
Well,
saying.
no, 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 no. I feel you because, like, are you talking about something that happens with the narrative or something that happens with the form? Or
The
the
form, like the
okay, the
motion
form,
of it.
right?
Yeah. Yeah, to
Yeah.
keep it because like it's really I'm basically incapable of seeing Divine Hammer as a film and not like a
Huh.
series of its constituent parts that either are put together well or are jutting out in different directions and haven't yet been tamed.
Okay.
Because
Okay.
so much of that film was fixing stuff and editing, really.
Yeah.
Right.
Refining stuff and editing. So like, there were basically on like the on either end of every cut, I would pretty much go through like frame by frame and see like, do these two frames connect together the
Yeah.
best? So
How much
Right. Right.
slack is there? Can it connect? If not, cut it, cut it, cut
yeah,
it, cut it, cut it.
yeah.
Yeah.
The craziest example of reshoot stuff and original shoot stuff blending together was the first couple shots of when they go to dinner together and they eat in the back of her trunk.
Okay.
There's a series of shots there where like every other shot is cutting back and forth between stuff we shot in 2023 and stuff we shot in 2025.
Oh, wow.
If you remember, this is a shot that somebody pointed out as being like really like perfectly. I think it was a friend's mom pointed out like that there's that quick shot of the guy smoking you see through the window.
Yeah,
It's
yeah, yeah.
possible that didn't stick out to you. That was
Yeah.
shot in the back seat of Mae's car.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I
in-
step in through the back seat, but the way that the continuity of motion happens, it still feels like I'm climbing into the back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Well,
like every other shot in that sequence is like either flipped horizontally or like was shot at a totally separate time.
That car broke down like 2 months after we shot that, so
Yep.
I'm really,
The-
really glad.
Oh,
One of the
wow.
very last pickups I got was the last time you were ever inside of that car.
Yeah, yeah, because it
Wow.
broke down and then it got mold, and then it got
Yeah.
even more mold, and then I sold it to a junkyard. Yeah,
No,
just
you're
headbutted
you're
the
making
wall.
me think of oh shit. You're making me think of a really good Eraserhead anecdote.
Awesome.
No, because like I'm not sure if you know the whole production of that film and how it's
It was
supposed
like
to
7 years.
Yeah,
It
that
was
Right.
terrifies
hair
me.
that way
It
the whole
terrifies me to
time.
no end to be working on one film for 7 years.
Yeah.
Right. So there's supposedly a shot that's similar to what you're talking about where it's like the main character goes through a door and when he opens the door, supposedly those two shots were done like years and years
Yeah,
apart.
totally.
Like 3 or 4
Yeah.
years apart or something crazy.
It's validating. Stories like that are very validating.
Oh, totally. Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, I kept thinking about Jack Nance having to keep his hair like that the entire time that film was in production because
Right.
I couldn't fucking commit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I dyed my hair like the night before I flew out, and I have not dyed it again since. So it's its natural color now. And there's some reshoots where my hair is just a completely different shape
Yeah.
and color.
Or
Didn't
you couldn't
really
be bothered
notice.
to take 10 minutes to put on nail polish.
Yeah, that also. Yeah, no. Holly's disappearing nail polish is like, I don't know
Oh,
why I thought that the nail polish was an acceptable
And he kept the
filmmaking
fucking
decision.
eraser head for 7 years.
Yep, yeah.
yeah.
I couldn't
that's
even
true.
keep the nails red for one fucking shoot.
So I'm curious then because we were talking about this before we were recording how the whole idea of it being like secretly kind of a comedy is something that you're not necessarily wanting to put out there. So was that maybe something that you weren't even aware of when you started the project? Like, did you know you wanted to make, for lack of a better word, like a snuff based comedy?
We really didn't. Like
Yeah.
Okay.
we found ourselves increasingly incapable of making it anything but like kind of funny or like funny to us.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think the
Hmm.
subject matter is so not necessarily dark, but edgy that
Yeah.
playing it entirely seriously is prone to make us look incredibly not even try hard necessarily, but just like kind of unaware of what we're actually making. When we
Hmm.
set out to make the film, um the long and short of it is in 2023 we both got really into old cameras. I found some old medical gore on one that I bought, like a guy getting his face cut open.
Oh wow.
Hazel found a camera and was like, what if there's dead bodies on here? And then felt weird that she thought that there might be dead bodies
Yeah,
on there.
that was the impetus of
Yeah.
it. Was I plugged a flip video camera I had bought into my computer and saw that there were files on it already. And when I'm about to see a dead child, and then I saw a woman at a horseback riding recital,
Yeah.
and I went, "Why was I so positive I was going to see a dead child?
Whereas I
Did I
actually bought a
secretly
camera.
want? Did I secretly want to see a dead child?"
I bought a camera, and it was just like, it was like
Right.
something that like medical students recorded of them like cutting a guy's face open. And I'm sure they used like the FireWire port to project it onto a screen and taught a class with it. But
Yeah.
they fucked up HIPAA violations, crazy. They
Yeah,
didn't
and
wipe
that was
it.
after I had already conceptualized the basic idea, which was, what do I do with this feeling that I just got?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So because I was like, well, I have friends who are all over the entire world. I could ask them to just film shit, and like that can be the contents of
Oh.
a pre-purchased camera, and I can kind
Yeah.
of stitch together these like vignettes through the framework of this
I'm not going to
character
meet
that's
these people
finding
in real
gore.
life. I can just do like a short film collection with my friends through
Exactly.
the internet.
Exactly. And then that eroded because I actually got to meet Mae in person. And then like basically I went from like, I think I might be able to make this as a short film and like do it
Mm.
like mostly by myself and not have to ask that much of people, to meeting and getting close to Mae and realizing, oh my God, I can get this girl to do anything I want.
Yeah, I'll do literally anything. So as we
Okay.
were feeling those feelings and thinking about this film concept
Yeah.
of someone who like wants to find this on a camera, the thoughts about like what type of person seeks this stuff out, what are the communities we're familiar with,
Huh.
and like how do we hyper flanderize them into like the weirdest, most like dumb versions.
Well, I think
of
the thing is,
themselves.
we didn't have to flanderize them literally at all. Like, all it took was us going like, we sat down to like think about this gore preservation society. That's a funny string of words.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
impossible to take that concept.
Yeah, no, I find
seriously.
the word preservation so funny because
Yeah,
it's kind of like
so
a lost
funny.
media wiki type thing where it's
Exactly.
like, okay, man,
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, where it's like
You gotta
they're-
preserve this. And
they're-
the
they're
GPS
applying-
acronym is like so fucking funny.
Yeah, they're kind of applying like a they're acting like they're applying like a sort of scientific rigor to archiving all of these.
Yeah, to what is it, a Discord server.
Yeah, and like we were going into this with a lot of kind of exposure to the kinds of gore on the internet where people couldn't decide whether or not they were real or fake.
Right.
And always it's fake. It's all if you have to ask, it's fake.
It's
I
recently
the
rewatched
willingness that people had to kind of like delude themselves into thinking it could be real, or on the flip side, their like lack of critical understanding of what violence really looks like was kind of like that kind of defines the like gore hound in our mind a little bit. Is this sort of like, we've run through all of the real stuff, and so now we need to kind of be flirting with this idea that this clip from the Poughkeepsie tapes might actually be real found footage.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Twofold point from me. One,
Mm.
I recently rewatched Bloodletting, which is a film we did not watch until after we had written the entire film and shot most of it. It has a lot of similarities to Divine Hammer.
Okay.
That's to inflate our egos mostly, but I love that film so much. I misremembered the intro as having like one real snuff clip and then a bunch of fake gore upon
Okay.
rewatch.
No.
No,
Yeah, I'm
it's
not
like
sure if you're familiar with the film Bloodletting. It was edited by J.R. Bookwalter, who's kind of one of the
Oh,
bigger names.
yeah, I
attached
know
to
him.
it. Yeah. He edited and produced it. It was directed by Matthew Jason Walsh.
Okay.
and that intro has like
Yeah, the intro to that film is this
it's like
kind
borrowed
of like
gore footage from other gore films where it's
yeah,
like
so
it's
so
very
it is
cute,
so it's a
practical effects.
combination. The opening is they play this entire like minute or like 3.5 minute long like wizard metal song, and
Yes.
underneath it you're seeing footage that is kind of being filmed off of a CRT, and kind of like
Okay.
picture static is fading in and out, and it's a
Okay.
collection of like kills from different Tempe video releases that was
Okay.
Bookwalter Studio.
Right,
And
right,
then
right.
like
And
10
also
cartel
real gore.
murders. And then like 10
A bunch
cartel
of real
murders.
gore, a lot of
Oh,
real
really?
gore.
And
Yeah,
like in
Okay.
rewatching it, it's like, oh, okay, that one's an effect because it looks like an effect, and
Yes.
that one's definitely a real dead body because
Oh,
Like,
that guy
interesting.
just slept like a real dead guy.
Because like you're watching it and you're like, I'm not watching fucking Faces of Death. I'm
Yeah.
watching a goofy little film on Tubi.
Yeah, and there's just
Like,
like a guy
I'm
getting
not
executed.
like I would like it was like this kind of slow dawning on me that what I was seeing wasn't fictional. It's like one
Yeah.
of the only times that's happened where I'm like, oh no.
And then like the rest of the film is completely just like
Well, there's the sex scene does have they do crossfade in and out footage of a sex change operation.
oh, that's
During
what
the
that
sex
is.
scenes?
Yep, yeah,
And
during
is
a
it-
sex scene.
Okay, and it's a real
Yeah.
operation? Okay.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah. It's
I
probably
never-
there's
I
probably
never quite
like
understood
one
what that-
canonical video of a sex change operation, right?
Is it the one that
Like,
South
do you
Park
think that
also
was the same
uses?
one that South Park used?
Yeah, is it the dolphin one?
Dolphin?
There's a South Park in the South Park episode.
Yeah,
dolphin
yeah,
shit.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
But no, when we were working on Divine Hammer, initially writing it, we were working on a video that we made about creepypasta on the internet, like internet scary stories. And we tried to make a video like it years prior that kind of fell to the wayside because we got incredibly dissatisfied with the internet's lust for real murder, real crime, real scary stories, instead of
Yeah.
just like letting fun fiction stay fun fiction. And those thoughts came back to mind when we started working on that video again with a new twist on it. And that, I know, definitely stuck with us when we were working on Divine Hammer and thinking about both the GPS and, to answer your initial question, Rose and Holly. Like, what makes this person want it to be real
Right.
in a world full of fake snuff and fake horror? And as we were working more on the film and getting to know these characters, and kind of knowing our limits both as first-time filmmakers, but also first-time actresses and first-time film writers.
Yeah, because we didn't start with a short or anything.
Yeah, no, we
Right,
went
yeah.
straight.
Well, now I
into
don't need
it,
to ask
'cause-
that. Yeah.
Because we are
Just
being
dove right
fueled
in,
by
yeah.
hubris.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, it's. I guess I wasn't expecting you guys to have such a critical analysis of like people interested in like real life gore, because I guess there is an element of it that did sort of resonate with me, like a truth to it. We were talking about this a little bit before we started recording. The idea of like seeing something that's unseeable, seeing something that's beyond you, and I feel like that's sort of the emotional core of the film, and I feel like it can work on this metaphorical level. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think I have seen my fair share of real death, both not against my will, but like
Voluntarily
shown to me.
and involuntarily.
Yeah, voluntarily,
Okay.
involuntarily, and including to the like up to present day. And yeah, there's definitely that air of like, this is not supposed to be seen. This is beyond me. This is capturing feelings and visuals of like things that really should not be put down to page or put in front of a camera. And I think to blow our own whistle, like the characters finding what they like in making stuff or making stuff with other people or just connection period is kind of that moment of putting their eye on something that was unknowable or kind of uncapturable and finally doing that. Finally
I think
understanding
they're both very, very lost, and they are both embroiled in subcultures that are centered entirely on destruction, and then they meet in person, and then they construct things.
Yeah.
You know, like I think kind of like like the specifics therein were just sort of tailored to our own personal interests.
All of that is said, and I think that is true of Rose and Holly and the experience they have. But at the end of the day, they're also dumb. They're also like very well beyond their means, kind of just dumb, just like really thinking that they have a lot more than they do. And I love the beauty in that. And that's like, I think that's why the film has to be a dark comedy, a buddy comedy even. Because to take what they are doing and either just exclusively shitting on it or just exclusively embracing it, instead of playing in the fun in between of loving how amateur it is and laughing at how dumb they are and kind of reveling in that fun with them as they slowly realize that they're dumb. And letting the ice melt for the audience and the characters at the same time, I think, is one of the cores of the film. It is something that helps it go down easy. I remember the first time someone laughed at the Divine Hammer premiere, I was like, oh, fuck. And then they kept laughing. And I was like, okay, cool, this all lands. That wasn't just like a fluke. They weren't just laughing once because
to like get it out of their system.
Yeah. Because it's really scary to be in an audience of people who are laughing at your film and knowing that's the intended experience. They don't hate you. They're not trying to hit you with rocks.
That's so funny because every time I was like, yes.
No. Pretty immediately I was like, fuck yes. But I still have like the are there tomatoes under their chair? Are they ready to start throwing tomatoes?
I think the moment for me when I went, wait a second, this is a comedy, was when I think Mae, you wake up in the morning next to Hazel and you finish the anecdote of like, it was a girl that got me to pierce my septum as well or something. And it was such a perfect like rom-com beat in a way that I was like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was sick.
Yeah, no, I've been observing that you're picking up on a lot of stuff in the film that like I really love that I haven't heard people call attention to yet.
Well, I didn't even tell you about the like moment I had where I had to pause and I wrote it down, the whole and this is what resonated with me so much emotionally was the harvesting memories to find death.
Harvest their memory cards to find real footage. Harvesting memory cards.
Right, sorry. But yeah, that's the thing is like removing cards out of harvesting memories.
Yeah, literally
to find
harvesting this like full fucking snippet of this person's life that they just kind of sold off, not really thinking about it, just for one specific thing that's definitely not on there.
Right, but
it's so foolish. I love it.
And I think
it's not just about the technology, right? I mean, it's also can be taken on like a human level too.
I felt really strongly about having some childhood like home videos somewhere in the film because that's what most used cameras are. And it's a very kind of like intimate, voyeuristic ultimately, but it's a very intimate and kind of like warm experience to turn a camera on and see something that was filmed on it that was very precious, whether or not they still wanted to own the tape that had it on it, you know. The camera that we shot the basement kill on, where Holly is disemboweled, the only footage on the tape that was inside of that camera when I got it was a little baby girl on her first Christmas getting rocked back and forth.
Okay.
And then, of course, I went on and did this horrible, disgusting thing with this camera.
Yeah.
But that to me is like one of the kind of more, I don't know if you'd want to say like tragic or aggravating or what have you things about Holly is that she is disinterested in connecting with any of the things that she's seeing outside of this very specific way that she
Yeah.
wants to interact with
It would be.
She's kind of
weird
blowing
if she was-
past all of the kind of like the kind of beauty
Yeah.
in these moments.
It would be weird if she was seeking that out directly, but the fact that she doesn't even really think to acknowledge it or like think about it for more than a second, as what visually is being shown is just like a volley of information, a volley of video files that effectively have nothing for her.
Yeah.
When these are again snippets of people's lives. These are things that were recorded for a reason, even if they didn't keep the original memory card.
But it's because she's searching, like she's endlessly searching, right? And we were talking about this. I feel like I'm gonna keep saying that. We were talking about this before recording, like how like Hazel's character is searching and Mae's character is sort of like already fixed in a place,
Yeah.
And somehow those worlds combining is what brings them to where they need to go, evolve.
I was
to where they need
really
to
I
go?
was really interested in hearing a little bit more about that interpretation, if you don't mind me picking. I mean, I guess it's a little self-indulgent of me to ask that, but like,
No, yeah.
because to me they're both sort of equally lost, but they're manifesting it in very different ways.
Yeah. What I will say is that I do like Rose as someone who is lost, but still, I would say she's stuck in place.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. 1,000%.
Okay, and I gotta work on this because I keep referring to your own names instead of the characters.
No, it's
yeah, I think yeah, okay. So
they refer to each other by Discord usernames for most, or Discord
That's
usernames
true.
are all you have for them for most of the film.
Yeah.
So like it doesn't.
Right.
I don't care.
Their names get dropped a single time each.
Yeah.
okay, thank you for
Yeah.
forgiving me. For
You've
that.
been absolved.
Okay,
There's an easy mnemonic device, right? H for Holly, H for Hazel.
And then,
then the
for
other one is
Rose
M,
is the
is
one that's not
Rose.
Hazel.
H for
Yeah.
Holly. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So Rose is fixed because she's 19, and so
Yeah.
she can really only know what she's experienced so far, right?
Ah.
You know what I
yes.
mean? Whereas
Wow.
Yeah.
So Hazel is like collecting these cameras full of memories. She's only looking backwards into other people's lives, but she's trying to see something that's outside of her reach, the unseeable, that thing that's going to maybe change you, maybe kill you, maybe birth you, who knows, right? It's like this, like, I don't know. This is something
No,
I
think
love and I
you're-
think about a lot. So yeah,
God, that's so
That's
fun.
great. Yeah, no,
That's
great.
such a
Because I think like I something that I definitely thought about with Holly was like and I think this kind of extends to the tone of the film as well, is it's impossible to shock anymore. It's impossible for fiction to genuinely shock
okay.
unless it is like to somebody who's seen a lot, to somebody who's been on the internet. Like, I think we, even before the internet, we've been saying that, the news, that's the real horror story. That's the real horror movie.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
And I think in the internet age, that's really true. So I think it would be a
Absolutely.
little bit kind of a fool's errand for Mae and I to suspect that we had any ideas in our heads that would like actually shock a person. And so in knowing that, it felt like a lot more natural for us to play it a little bit as like to us, it was sort of being self-aware about that fact. And then it sort of manifests
Okay.
in the film in kind of a silly way. But what you're saying also, I think, is interesting because there is that kind of like everybody in that server, kind of except for Rose, presumably, has seen it all. And I think a lot of them are kind of still holding on to this hope that there's something that they haven't seen that will top
that will
what they've
shock
seen,
them.
like what
It
you're
will
describing.
make them feel
Right.
Yeah.
like will make their like the neurons in their brain like
Yeah.
shock for once in their life.
For Holly, instead of that being like, I want to see something more fucked up than anything else I've seen, she just wants to experience a connection to fucking something.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
She wants to experience something one-on-one, but goes about it through like the most back-asswards way possible.
And that connection is what is the unknown to her, basically. What that feels like, how it manifests.
Well, there's so much hope in that. Like, that's like, it's weird because it's like a film about snuff that's like has hope to it. Do you know what I mean? So but you can't really advertise that, I guess.
Right.
Yeah.
Mae and I are, I think, pretty able to be like, yeah, we're jokesters at heart. So comedy kind of wound up bleeding its way into the film. But also, I think like we're pretty like slave worn, humanist, optimists.
I have tried to make art outside of myself, and for better or for worse, my heart is always on my sleeve.
Yeah.
And I think for Divine Hammer, it's really for the better. I think our hopes for these characters and the sort of people who can see themselves in them are evident from watching the film. I really hope the best for the Rose and Hollies. And for literally Rose and Holly.
Yeah. You know, I saw a lot of films popping up, like in terms of like how to compare Divine Hammer. You know, I always get the title of this wrong, but it's We're All Going to the World's Fair. Came up a lot.
That's the title.
Right. Okay, I got it. Okay. But the one that the film that it made me think a lot about, and this might be a kind of a stretch, but are you guys familiar with All About Lily Choo Choo?
Yeah. That was that's why there's reverb on the typing in Divine Hammer.
Oh.
Yeah, because when I sat down to finally edit all the way through Divine Hammer, it was the first time that I was touching any of the stuff that really, really involved screen recordings and computers and, you know, fake computer real computer user interfaces. But like, I had to come up with the style of that like pixelated font with all the lines running through it and stuff like that while I was in the edit. And so that was the time where I went and sought out a couple of films that I knew utilized like internet chat text in an interesting way. And so that came to mind for me because I had seen it in 2024. I hadn't seen it when we had written the film, but by that point I saw it. And so I went back and looked at that. And then I also went back and looked at the film Haru, which...
Oh, I don't know that one.
That one is a really, really earnest, very sweet little story about early chat rooms.
Okay.
And the film is, I want to say, maybe like 40% just white text on blue backgrounds, because you're seeing these conversation logs playing out back and forth. So then there were like a couple of other things here and there. There's this famous YouTube shock video called Username 666. Shock video is maybe a little bit of a strong term because it's entirely like created. It's not nobody really.
The big shock is that there's a demon who pounds at the computer.
Yeah, exactly.
Whoa.
It's this video called Username 666 that I really love.
Okay.
So a couple of things like that were in my mind. On in the back of my head when it came to start really editing the film. So that's I didn't really connect with Lily Choo Choo emotionally to a very deep degree, but I do think that that comparison is apt in the sense that that's also a film about aimlessness and malaise, kind of in its characters, kind of representing something larger while still being very focused on those characters.
Yeah.
If we did our job right, anyway.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. I mean, it's a harsh coming of age film. I think like that's kind of a type of film. I don't know if you call it genre that I'm really drawn to. And I feel like Divine Hammer has elements of that to an extent. I guess the characters do kind of come of age in a way.
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah. So.
I think like Holly metaphorically, Rose maybe literally. Like
yeah.
I really do think so much of this film was found in what do we have, who are we, what can we do.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that. I
I
mean,
keep invoking the Duplass brothers for a myriad reasons. May rolls her eyes.
No.
No, I know. I was kidding.
yeah.
But the Duplass brothers called their early films processes of available materials filmmaking, which I really
Okay.
like. So it's kind of
Yeah.
like, what do we already have? Who do we already have? What can we make without needing to like build a set or like
Yeah.
rewrite anything about
Like,
our
Yeah.
lives?
the back half of the film taking place a lot throughout the various sites of Carlisle, Pennsylvania, the town I lived in, was entirely just available materials. Because really, when I lived in that city, I didn't really go outside much or do much. I didn't really live in that city.
Okay.
So I didn't have many like memories that I was hearkening back to and being like, oh, we should shoot there or there or there. A lot of that was just like, okay, this is here, let's do this here. And then I ended up making a lot of memories in this space. Which was nice because I didn't know I was gonna move like a year later.
Yeah.
Total sidebar here, but did you ever go to the Mahoning Drive-In?
I don't know. I did like
Okay.
basically nothing fun when I lived.
Oh.
You drove
in
back and forth
Pennsylvania.
from Taco Bell a lot.
Yeah.
Okay. No, I've only been to Pennsylvania once, and it was to go to that drive-in. It's like kind of a legendary drive-in. They do like horror conventions there and stuff like that.
I want to see what side of the state it was on. Oh, I was such a dumbass. I totally could have gone here.
How close is it?
It was like a 30-minute drive.
Oh my god.
Oh, no way.
That's
my
so
Oh, I'm
funny.
a
Oh, it was so
jackass.
Wow.
My friends and I drove from Toronto, which took us 6 hours, I think.
Oh, I feel like
Yeah.
such a jackass.
It's
I
all
didn't
good.
know.
That's okay, you know. you
Well,
had an
there is,
opportunity of not seeing something. It was out of
May
reach.
you at least have the benefit
right?
of there being a an independent theater in your hometown.
Yeah. Yeah, no,
Hopefully that's
without
gonna play the film soon.
yeah, hopefully. I mean, we've had contact with them. You know, there was a part distillery, part restaurant, part cinema in my
Okay.
hometown. There is Zootropolis. They're very sweet.
Cool.
Without having an indie screen in my general vicinity growing up, I would think a lot less about films than I do now. It wasn't 35 millimeter. It was an Amazon Prime stream, but I did watch House there for the first time. I will never forget that experience. It
Wait, which
I
house?
really
Which house?
house, the Japanese house.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And really, really, really cherish a lot of the memories I made there.
You know, May, it just occurred to me, obviously this is shop talk, but there's a theater in my hometown of Petaluma, California, that is technically like locally owned. It's called like the Boulevard Theater, but I think all of their programming is done through like one of those like Regal style like
Yeah.
situations. But it occurred to me that the venue that all my old high school bands played shows at that didn't make any money was at the Phoenix Theater, which is a music venue, but they probably would be willing to project a film.
Wow.
Let me write that down.
Because they did weird shit. Like one of the bands I was in when I was not in the band, they played a show where they soundtracked a skate competition.
Sweet.
Yeah, because like the really beautiful thing about that theater, this is so off topic. The really beautiful thing about that venue is that the guy who ran the place just kind of let it be like a youth center, basically.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that makes
Troubled
sense.
teens would go there and skate and play arcade games.
Yeah. No, I played there's a place like that in the town I grew up in as well. That was just like a skate park, arcade place for
Totally.
well, not like a game center for kids and stuff. And then they would
Right.
do this was the only place that actually did pay the bands though. They'd have a budget and they would actually we were like, oh my god, we're getting money for playing a show. This is so weird. Yeah.
Yeah, the owner of the Phoenix Theater basically was like, the show's probably not gonna make money, but that's okay.
Oh,
Because
okay.
I like what you guys are doing, you know.
Yeah.
I think we showed up with like eclectic instruments, you know. You show up with a singing song, you're gonna make an impression.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
yeah.
Huh. Okay. What kind of music were you playing?
Well, it was a couple different bands. It was one of those like local scene things where we were like 5 musicians who were basically in 4 bands that were a
Okay.
mixture of the same 5
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
Like different configurations.
Oh, cool.
So you know, some of them were a little bit more straightforward rock music than others. Some of it was a little kind of
Depending
like,
on the personnel shuffle of the day.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, all the projects had different names, so like they were distinguished that way. Basically, it was like everybody had their own solo project.
Yeah.
Okay.
We
Cool.
were trading back and forth. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, May, you were saying earlier that you do music. You both do music, and this is connecting back to something.
I did music for the film. I have done music a little bit.
It still counts for where I'm going with this.
Okay.
Okay, great.
Okay.
But yeah, no, Hazel, you were talking about the Duplass brothers and how it was all about whatever you have, whatever you have to work with, right?
Yeah.
I kind of feel like your filmmaking methods reminds me more of music in a way of just
Mm.
like you just have the instruments that you play, and then you just you kind of come up with the music with that. Do you know what I mean? Especially in terms of like
Interesting.
how it was edited, which kind of just like you kind of like kept pushing it as far as it needed to go, as opposed to just I conceive of this film 100%, I produce this film 100%, that's done. You're like adding the flourishes as you go. You know what I mean?
That's really really interesting, and I think really apt. Because the very first video editing projects that I did that weren't just like, you know, making let's plays for YouTube was like
Mm.
making AMVs.
Yeah.
Really, I got my start
What's an
making
AMV?
anime YouTube or anime music video. It's just like
Okay.
you take an anime that you like and you take a song that you like and you cut clips from that anime up
Yeah.
to the
Oh,
song.
okay.
I started pumping my fist when you brought up music and the Duplass brothers in the same sentence because I
Oh,
thought you were going to
okay.
bring up Mark Duplass's old band,
Volcano,
Volcano.
I'm still excited.
Wait,
Yeah.
Volcano, I'm still excited.
Yeah, that's the name of Mark's
Mark
old
Duplass had a
band.
band in like 2005. It died in like 2 years, and I don't think he likes talking about it.
No, it seems like he really
Okay.
doesn't, but it's
But
one
the
of my
music's really good.
yeah, that
What
their
is
one
what
record
is it?
is dear to me.
Volcano, I'm still excited. What is that record called? Is it just called Volcano, I'm still excited?
I think so, yeah.
Like,
Um,
what kind of music is it? Because it sounds like it would be
it's
like math
it's
rock or
very
something.
like turn of the millennium indie rock.
Yeah.
Mark plays like a synthesizer, and then there's like a guitarist and a bassist
Okay.
and a drummer. It's like a very very classic setup, but the songs are very fun. And
Okay.
it's Mark
Huh.
Duplass singing, so
Okay.
it gets points for that alone.
Any band that you could compare it to?
Other than other mumblecore guys who had bands, I don't.
Something in the water.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
But anyway, I no, yeah, that's very interesting to me. I once had somebody describe my composition style as ornamental.
Okay.
And I kind of took offense to that because I knew that was his way of saying a lot of your flourishes are very superfluous, and are kind of hiding
okay.
that the core of these songs aren't very strong. So be it. It wasn't wrong.
Well, I would
but-
say the flourishes themselves have like a human quality.
I think I've
Yeah.
definitely gotten better at it, and I think that I've honed those things.
Yeah, I think it definitely applies to how you edit this film.
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah.
I like, because the main point I had thought about your method when it comes to creating music and your method to editing this film, I first started having thoughts like this was when I just like would take account of how agitated you were.
Yeah.
Just like the agita building up.
Yeah.
Because it's quite similar, but I never really put it further than that. But that's like a really I see the
I don't
through
know.
line there.
Have you seen me get agita while I've been composing music?
I have heard you talking about composing music and
Yeah,
getting
it gets
agitated.
okay.
I experience like deep like torture in my soul when I can't
Yeah.
figure out how to write a song right.
Okay. Huh.
It feels like yeah, I guess on some level like like I'm like unable to like fully get the thought out of my head or something.
Huh.
But yeah, I think maybe what I would say is it's interesting because the material that I've been writing for a record that is as of yet unreleased is
Oh, cool.
actually like quite stripped back compared to stuff that I've done before. Mostly
Hmm.
because by the time I finished that last record, I was like, I can't write songs that are as like dense
Yeah.
and like kind
Hmm.
of over the top as these ones are. So I started really stripping it back, but I think what I found was that that kind of ornamental approach that I was going into those older songs with, where I thought that those ornamental elements were the glue that stitched these different segments of this song together. I think that's a little bit more true in the case of making Divine Hammer,
Right.
than
Okay.
it ever was for the songs that I was writing.
Yeah.
Because there were just a lot of places where it felt like doing something with the editing could kind of patch stuff together.
Yeah.
Mm.
I think stripping back a layer of paint from Divine Hammer doesn't just make its holes more obvious, but I think does strip a layer of human touch that we were trying to add when we were shooting and not necessarily couldn't, but just like didn't have the means to do properly.
Right, because we
Mm.
wanted the second half of the film to be like mumblecore dry, like bone
Yeah.
dry.
Okay.
But you need to be like really good at like acting, framing a shot well, having your lines memorized.
Mm.
It's having your lines memorized and acted, but it's like protracted acting. You have to know how to hold a silence and bullshit a little, which I think was something that we struggled with Divine Hammer because we kind of had the death drive of like we need to get the shot, we need to get the shot, we need to get the
Okay.
shot. But also, um, we had so much of we had the film scripted, and any deviation felt like as the people who wrote it, at least for me, it felt like okay, well I wrote it right the first time. I shouldn't deviate at all. I
Yeah.
should just stick with what we have.
Yeah.
Don't bullshit.
But doing that and
stupid.
not ad-libbing a little bit is a lot harder said than done when you
Yeah.
literally don't have the fucking time to memorize the script.
Yeah.
Right. That makes sense.
And I think like it's you know, people have made films that they've shot themselves and acted in where this has not been a problem, but an area of weakness that I found over the process of making the film was that it is really hard for me to be aware of the fact that I'm manning a camera when I'm in front of it. Like I can't let that go. There's always a part of me that's like aware of the camera and like worrying that it's randomly stopped running.
And so much of that is because mini DV, specifically with this film, is hell to work
it's
with.
a fickle format.
Oh.
It's a fickle format.
We lost an entire day of shooting the first day of shooting because our tapes weren't recording because they were Japanese tapes and apparently they don't work with American
Even
cameras.
though Japan and America still use the same NTSC video standard, there was like a region lock on it.
Yeah,
for some
so
reason.
we had to drive 4 hours to get tapes from the one camera shop in Pennsylvania
that didn't laugh at us when we asked if they had mini DV.
Yeah. The people who laughed at us, I get it. To New York Camera and Video in Southampton, PA, thank you for making Divine Hammer happen.
Yeah, we would have fucked otherwise.
Did you shoot any of that on another camera, and did any of that go into the edit of the film?
So what we did the next day or two of shooting, just to be sure, was we were running a second camera, the room style, where there was just another shittier handycam sat basically side by side, getting the same shot just in case. And what wound up happening was a lot of the camera audio from those wound up being the audio that made it into the film because the microphones on there are kind of surprisingly like clear and clean. And also binaural, the same as the microphone we were shooting the film on. So there's a stereo spread to pretty much all of the audio in it.
Oh, nice.
But eventually, as we kept shooting, we started realizing we should just have two different camera angles. So that we could kind of shoot between them.
Yeah.
And then instead of doing that the entire rest of the time we were shooting the film, we stopped doing that.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until we were working on our next big film project that we realized that running multicam is like our favorite thing in the world, and it's like
It's so
it's
nice.
like
Sweet.
It's so
so
nice.
nice.
Um,
Sorry, I heard next big film project.
Yes, yeah, that was something that we put out before we finished our first one.
yeah.
Oh.
So before Divine Hammer released, while we were working on Divine Hammer, we watched a lot of films. A lot that were like very in the same mood as Divine Hammer. I watched The Burning Moon for the first time. Had a great time.
Nice.
We were talking about that before you got on.
Yeah, I love that movie.
We watched Hump Day, which has changed my brain irreparably. And in that time, we decided, because YouTuber movies, we watched the first Nostalgia Critic Channel Awesome films. We watched all 3 of them, and then it became a yearly thing where we did that each year. And last year, those are like 3 overlong, hubris-driven, like ensemble pieces of like 50 YouTubers, none of which who really want to be there.
Okay.
And so like most of the filmmaking is shot reverse shot.
Yeah.
Of like either one person's face and then the other person's face, or like one person's face with the other person's like shoulder and the back of their head slightly visible.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we were like, oh my god, these films are shot like so plainly that like we could insert ourselves into it and nobody would even notice.
Yeah.
And then we went, wait a minute.
And then like 4 months of our life later, we had...
It was like 2.5 or 3 months. I think it was like 3 months.
I feel like we were thinking about it for 4.
Yeah, we disappeared basically, lived out of our friend's place for like 2 months minimum at least, and then came out with a 10-hour long video project that we streamed to twitch.tv.
Yeah, I think it was like 3 hours, 4 hours of new footage. It used to be on Letterboxd. It isn't anymore because they have rules against films comprised.
Could it have possibly been 3 hours of new footage?
I think it was.
Oh my god.
Comprised of archive footage, which, I mean, we had 3 hours of new footage. I think we should have snuck by that. If it lets us beat the sophomore slump, that was our second film.
Yeah, basically that's how we've been conceptualizing it. Like, yeah, it was a dumb bullshit meme project we did, but also we're like I'm about as proud of it as I am Divine Hammer.
Yeah.
Okay. So how do we see this?
On YouTube.
It is on our YouTube channels.
You can either watch it with our intermittent commentary, the way that it was
and the one
premiered.
with commentary.
We're saying the same thing, but at different times. I'm sorry.
Sorry, yeah, you got roboted. Maybe I got roboted?
I think I got roboted.
Yeah.
What's
but
that?
Yeah, it's on my one of my YouTube channels, and it's on one of Mae's YouTube channels. You can either watch it with the commentary that it was premiered with, that we did live while we were streaming it, or you can watch it completely clean and torture yourself without any without any
there are
assistance.
stretches where there's no us.
Yeah.
And it's just those films, which we love. Most people do not.
So, so you inserted yourselves into an existing film?
If we make this our second film, we're gonna have to get really good at explaining it.
Yeah, I'm a little lost.
It's I need to I was talking to our distributor about this. I really need to cut together like a 15-minute long like example of what the fuck it is. Yeah, because I feel like that's a lot easier than trying to explain it unless you already know what those movies are and all of this other context.
Let me try and craft a boilerplate paragraph.
Yes.
Okay.
It is a trilogy of films made by YouTubers in the 2010s that we then went in, because of their prevalence of shot reverse shots, and inserted ourselves into both just like literally and narratively, and completely retooled and edited those films into this one big 10-hour project.
Yeah. So there are certain scenes where we, the real human beings, Mae and Hazel, are subbing in for the actors. Like, we reshot a couple scenes verbatim.
Okay.
But the majority of the time, we're on screen. We're playing like our 2010s versions of ourselves.
Yeah, we're playing new characters.
Yeah, as though we were in those films originally. and a kind of like three-part story
Oh,
plays
fuck,
out.
it sounds so dumb saying it out loud.
And a sort of three-act story plays out just about Mae and I ourselves, and how we're the guy who ran the
Okay.
sites, like Mpreg baby.
Yeah, his secret child.
Yeah, his
Children.
secret child that he popped out of his womb for at the same time.
Are you guys trolling me? Like,
No, this is a real thing that we
This is
made.
real?
We
This
were
is a-
trolling. No, trust me. We were trolling everybody else.
okay.
Yeah.
okay.
I think in the,
The movie
process,
is a
the
troll.
person who
Okay.
got the last laugh was not us.
Oh, okay. I need to see this. But you brought up something that I wanted to ask you about, because you said the distributor, which is Muscle.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. How did that come about? Getting hooked up with Muscle and Liz and everything.
We got an email.
We got really lucky. So,
Oh, cool.
We somehow neither of us had ever heard of her.
yes.
Oh,
so
okay.
And now I'm realizing like everybody I talk to who is a cinephile or is involved in making film has like known about her for ages.
yeah,
Yeah,
no.
yeah.
It's like literally everyone loves Liz Purcell, which has been nice
Mm-hmm.
to learn about in real time.
Yeah.
The true like I think the whole reason effectively that we weren't just stumbling in the dark is our friend Toby Jones made a film in 2024, I think is when
Yep.
was 2024.
Yep.
AJ Goes to the Dog Park, and he announced the film around the same time we announced Divine Hammer. So he's kind of just been
Well, no, he
someone
announced it while we were shooting Divine Hammer.
Yes, and we announced it we announced Divine Hammer preemptively like a week later.
That was at
Not
the end of the year.
preemptively. Was
Or we
it?
technically, I guess, like we posted the photo of us in blood at the end of that shoot, but we didn't say
Yes.
we are making a movie until that December.
Yes.
Yeah.
But we had kids around the same time, that went to the same nursery.
Exactly.
And he was kind of our number one confidant for basically everything when it came to, okay, we made a film, what the fuck do we do with it?
Yeah.
And he gave a list of distributors of like people. He's like, yeah, here are people I've liked films from. Here are people that I've heard good things about. And he was like, oh, before I forget one, Liz Purcell, Muscle. I saw a screening from her a while ago. It was incredible. The Q&A was incredible. She has really great work. Keep an eye out on her. If she contacts, respond. And then she contacted us like a week later.
Hell yeah.
Because apparently she'd heard about the film from someone who had heard about that project we were just talking about, the Channel Awesome stream.
Cool.
Word of mouth got around, which is terrifying. I hate being on the other end of word of mouth. It's awesome, but it's so scary. And we started talking with her, and
My understanding is that programmers, like theater and festival programmers, have like some kind of incredible like inner network or something that allows all of them to just immediately become aware of the same films at the same time.
yeah, I have no clue.
Like they
why.
just
We-
must
Yeah.
really be talking to one another.
We had
Yeah.
one screening when Liz contacted us, which felt terrifying.
But
Yeah,
did
and
you,
I mean,
did
she
you
wrote-
send out a screener or something, or is that
We did when
what was
she
going on?
emailed, but she emailed
Okay.
us first.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I mean, it's
Uh-huh.
just a matter of it being seen by the right person and them telling
Definitely,
her,
yeah.
So
And I'm so grateful to Liz. She's really doing so much for us.
mm-hmm.
When we were kind of deliberating over whether or not we were interested in trying for a while to do all of this entirely ourselves, eventually we came to the conclusion that we'll probably get to shoot another movie together this year if our distributor is helping with the film.
Yeah, and
I
we
mean,
don't-
She's just she's so amazing. She's kind of like doubling as our publicist and like
Yeah.
she's wearing a lot of hats for us right now.
There's so
and I'm
much
very,
about this
very
film
grateful.
that I thought, okay, cool, I can do this. And I would have been able to do it. I just don't know if I would have been able to do it well.
Oh,
And you certainly wouldn't have been able to say, "Hey, other programmer, I've known you for years."
Yeah, no,
Use
I've
the
known you for
program
a
Divine
decade.
Hammer.
Yeah. Are you familiar at all with like the other films that she distributes? Have you seen any of them?
I mean, like the older stuff only. Like I've
Okay.
seen some Doris Wisham movies.
Oh, okay.
And
Okay.
Hisayasu Sato.
Yeah. I'm wearing a
One
shirt of one of his films.
oh nice, which one?
Yeah. Distorted Sense of Touch.
Nice. I can't remember if I've seen that one or what the I see
Mm.
that it says Lolita in Japanese, so presumably that might be his film Lolita Vibrator Torture.
Oh no, it's
Sorry.
not. No, it's not.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I know like there's two names for like all of his fucking movies.
Yeah, totally.
Because he picked one that is like artsy sounding, and then the distributor picked like
The one that people will jerk off to.
Wife
Yeah,
Collector.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly,
Exactly. Yeah, no, I adore that guy's movies.
Yeah.
So I was
I
familiar with
have-
that, and I was like, holy shit, like,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
But-
how I found out about her. Is like basically, and through like film programmers. I had my friend Weird Alice on the show last year, and she's like a drag queen film programmer in Toronto, and she kind of told me about muscle distribution and everything. So I'm hoping to get Liz on the show at some point. I'd love to pick her brain.
well, we'll have nothing but good things to say about
Yeah,
this
no,
recording.
thank
So
you.
do better.
This has been great. I've been loving this. You know, with Muscle, part of not knowing what it was like, oh fuck, there's so many films that I would like that I haven't seen yet. So I have the spreadsheet she has with all the screeners bookmarked, and the second I find time to watch a movie, well, first I'm going to look at my Blu-ray shelf and feel guilty that I haven't watched those.
Oh
And
shit.
then I'll look at the spreadsheet and feel guilty I haven't watched those.
Yeah.
Well, that brings me to ask.
And then you'll watch Son of the Mask or some shit.
Yeah. Or fucking Crank for the 5th time.
Yep.
Oh wow. Is there like any news of like a Blu-ray or anything coming down the pipeline?
Kind of no.
Nothing
Like
set
they're
in
really,
stone.
really
They'll
vague.
happen.
Like, yeah, it could be cool to do this, but I
Yeah.
think we're trying to kind of ride out the physical end of it as far as we can.
Or the theatrical end of it.
Or sorry, that's what I mean. Excuse me. Like, but physically being in a location and watching the film. Yes, theatrical.
Yeah,
Keep
there
that
are-
going for sure. Yeah.
there is going to be I will commit to this, because even if like Muscle explodes tomorrow and I have to like carve DVDs out of stone, I will want DVDs for this film.
Hell yeah.
I will want
The people need to be able to play it off their PlayStation 2s.
Yeah, there will be physical releases for this film, or else something has gone terribly wrong.
Yeah.
I don't know when. The hope is always sooner rather than later, but
I would really want it to be sometime this year, probably
Yeah.
right at the dead end of the year, but who knows?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Muscle did just put out Castration movie, right?
yeah,
Blu-ray,
through,
like
through
that,
Vinegar Syndrome.
yeah, so
Yeah.
that did
Vinegar
really
Syndrome.
well. So
Yeah.
that could be a possibility.
I think
On
she
the
said
other-
it sold out in like 40 minutes.
Yeah,
Um,
no,
Or
the
something
slipcover
insane
did.
like that.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
slipcover, yeah.
But then, from what I understand, Bruce Longo has been really helpful, and he has a Blu-ray label. So I feel like either of those avenues.
Yeah, no,
should
there
happen.
will be a physical release of this film. Bruce
Yeah.
was so goddamn sweet. That
Oh,
screening
he
in
rules.
PA
Yeah.
at Bloodsick was genuinely so magical. Like, I got to go and see my movie with my mother and my brother and
Oh,
my
cool.
aunt and a family friend and
Yeah.
like 4 YouTubers I like,
And not me.
like, and not
Oh.
Hazel, because she couldn't fly. But
Couldn't
for me,
happen.
it was pretty fucking cool.
Yeah.
It was a
Yeah,
really
I'm
incredible night.
on a registry. I'm not allowed to fly. Like a criminal registry, not the other kind of registry. To be clear,
You fumbled this joke so fucking bad.
I used the worst possible word there.
Wait.
No, bro, you got a bedtime. That's so much worse than
No,
being
I got a
murderer.
bedtime. Yeah, I'm in a no-fly zone, is what I was trying to say.
What? What do you
I said
mean?
registry. I'm sorry. I said registry, and then I was like, the people only associate that with sex offender registry.
Yeah, no.
I'm not a
Well,
registered
yeah.
sex
to
offender.
speak for Hazel, she has a bedtime, and if she travels a lot, she'll go insane.
Okay.
I also
Not-
don't have.
Okay.
I also don't have the right kind of ID to fly right now, so that's
Yeah,
kind of a
You didn't get a real
non-starter.
ID yet.
Yeah.
Oh no.
I got a fake ID.
Oh, okay. Whatever works. Yeah. We are approaching an hour in
Yeah, I was
12.
gonna say.
So, yeah, I mean, I obviously could just keep on chatting with you two. This has been great. But if you're cool, we could wrap it up with the questionnaire. And I mean, just before we wrap, because like I feel like I maybe misheard this a few times, but you do have another film that you're gonna be working on. Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay, can you talk
it
about
is
that?
like the thing that I'm the most excited about working on.
Amazing.
I saw some of the messages that you sent about that earlier, and I think I can phrase it as like these characters feel like people I've like hung out with in passing and really want to get to know better. You know, that
Yeah.
I feel this sort of like allure
Okay.
that I like really want to kind of interrogate further,
Uh,
but like I haven't had the
th-
fucking opportunity yet because we haven't got to
this
work on this film.
It
Right.
is a film that we started conceptualizing while working on Divine Hammer.
Well,
Like,
it was while we were waiting for our Taco Bell order inside of a Taco Bell while we were shooting Divine Hammer.
yeah,
But
yeah.
yes.
I, like we literally snuck out to the car and just started talking about it in the back
Yeah,
seat.
I like grabbed my phone and we snuck out to the back of May's car so that we could just record the rest of the conversation to
Okay.
have all those ideas down. I'm gonna have to dig through my old phone and find that.
Yeah.
Is it gonna be blending like horror or kind of extreme content with comedy again?
It's leaning much more towards the kind of internet-y stuff that Divine Hammer has. If we
Okay.
play our cards right, hopefully it will be much more horrifying than Divine Hammer, but more in
Yeah.
kind of an existential, interpersonal sense.
Love it. Okay.
Yeah.
You know, if one of the theses that people want to take away from Divine Hammer is you can just do this. I'm hoping that our next film, one of the things you can take away from it is, but maybe you shouldn't.
Yeah.
Okay.
I I truly like the things that I want to tap into with that second film and that I hope we succeed in scare me so much more than any of the stuff in Divine Hammer. And that's
Yeah.
maybe
Wow.
that's just like the part of me that like crunches up when I see something truly like uncomfortable. But
Okay.
we
That's
have a lot
good.
of hopes, and I need to quit my job so we can start working on that
Yeah,
film.
that's right. That's right.
Wow.
I work with children in my day to day.
Okay.
I've told kids' parents like, yeah, I'm getting to tour my film. It's a horror film. No, I can't tell you anything more about it.
Yeah.
Or else I'll lose my job a little bit early.
I'm so good at just not bringing it up. I'm
No,
so good at
dude.
just
Yeah.
not bringing it
No,
up.
but I love being like the little mysterious figure because I'm
Right,
like, oh,
right.
Yeah.
oh, you were out
Building
of town
mystique.
for a week.
Well, imagine when you do quit and those children are like, "Where's May?" I guess I gotta wait until I'm grown up and remember that she made a movie.
Yeah, and one parent will know, oh, I guess she made a
Mm.
movie. Maybe it's that. Or most of them will think, oh, she probably got sacked for being shit at her job.
But the funny thing about Divine Hammer, and I was just thinking about this earlier, May, when you're saying how you got to see it with your family, is that even though it kind of starts abrasive, it starts disturbing. But as I was saying earlier, like it ends on such a hopeful note that I feel like your family would be like, I actually really like that. Do you
Yeah,
know what I
no.
mean?
My sweet little like 65-year-old aunt loved it, which I felt great.
Okay, that's awesome.
It felt really. All of my family liked it, which was
Mhm.
surprising to me.
Well,
My family has not seen it yet, and I think if we did play it in my hometown, they probably wouldn't go.
oh,
Which,
really?
to be clear, is like I kind of prefer it. I love my family. I've got a great relationship with them. I don't know
Okay.
that they need to see that.
I don't know. I think they'd be proud of you. It is an impressive film.
Yeah, I think they're proud to hear what's going on with it. My mom
Yeah.
was stoked to see a photo of a completely packed theater. I think that's
Oh
kind of the
yeah.
long and short of it
Hell
for
yeah.
her.
Hell yeah. Well, one day when you do the second film, maybe you'll get to show them that.
Yeah,
And then they'll be
yeah,
like, well, we
definitely.
need to see the first one, you know?
It's
And I'll go,
possible that one I'll want them to see it even less.
Oh, fair enough. But it makes me want to see it more. So I'm
Right.
excited. I'm
That's
excited
good.
for
I'm
that. Yeah,
glad. I'm really excited about it.
Mhm.
It kills me that we're not working on it already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, like there's other than my job, there is one other factor that prevents it being worked on as like the only thing we do other than breathe and sleep and eat food.
Yeah,
'Cause that's
and
something
that's the
I'm
fact that the
so-
third person we're making the film with doesn't live here yet, but
Yeah.
needs to. God damn
He
it!
needs to move.
Oh, wow.
And
On
he
that
will.
note, I will say is other stuff that we're doing that might materialize a little bit sooner.
Mhm.
Um, So that second film of ours we're going to be doing with Dem Demenz's Gate. Dem, our dear friend and brother Dem. And he is currently based out of the Bay Area, and we are
Okay.
in Seattle, Washington.
Okay.
So either he's gonna need to take like a month out of his life to be up there while we shoot, or
He needs to move and uproot his life
he
in a
needs to
different way.
move. But
Yeah.
in the
Okay.
meantime, he surprised us by flying up for the premiere.
Oh, cool.
And to kind of pay him back a little bit, I helped him shoot a short film of his for a long-term project that he has on his YouTube channel, Demenza's Gate. That is Demenza with a Z, Demenza, Demenza's Gate.
Demenza's Gate. Okay.
Demenza
apostrophe S
Yes.
G8 space Gate Demenza's Gate.
And when you see like the Party City edgy 13-year-old, you got him.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we helped him shoot. Well, I helped him shoot a little bit of this thing. And by the end of that shoot day, I was like, "Hey, Dem, can I finish this for you so you don't need to make another trip up here just to get a couple more shots?" Because he was entirely behind the camera.
Okay.
So I was like, "You should just like give me a shot list, give me the script, tell me what you need."
Yeah.
And I will step in and I will put it together. And also I want to edit it because it seems like it's going to be really fun to edit. And then he sent me the script, and then I rewrote it, and I shot a bunch of new shit for it. I think by the time it's done, it's probably going to be feature length. So I guess technically you could call that a film.
God damn.
So it's very different from Divine Hammer. The pacing is basically glacial.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is how it was easy to get it to in my mind anyway. It's 90 minutes.
Okay.
Who knows?
Damn.
So
Well, I
that's
gotta
another
see
thing
this
I'm
too.
working on.
Cool.
And then also I want to take a second to shout out our friends, the cast and crew of the film Gay Brothers.
Gay Brothers.
They are currently working on in 2024 the short film Gay Brothers was released to YouTube. I believe it was released on September 11th.
It was, yeah, September 11th, 2024.
And the minds behind it, the genius minds behind it, are currently working on the sequel, Gay Brothers 2, which is a prequel that is a 2018 period piece. We got to do some acting for it last year. Mae's kind of a major character in it.
Yeah, I got stunt cast, and it's so delightful. It's so delightful.
Fun. I'm so excited for it to come out. I love those kids.
And like it'll come out eventually, and it will be good.
And it'll be great.
How could a movie named Gay Brothers 2 not be good?
Yeah, if Gay Brothers is good enough for there to be a sequel, come on.
Is it? It's a comedy.
Yes. No, it's like a really gripping period piece about two gay brothers.
It sounds like you guys have like a really cool scene then of like different filmmakers that you're all working with.
It is so wonderful. I'm so grateful to be in the position that I am. Like, we talked about it a little bit at the beginning. When I started conceptualizing Divine Hammer, it was under the impression that nobody would actually be willing to help me put a film together.
Okay.
And now, not only do I have a network of people that I can rely on to help us with that, that network is largely like a walk away from me.
And like when we started conceptualizing Divine Hammer, when we shot most of it, I lived across the country from Hazel and lived in a space where I basically knew no one that I made stuff with, or
really anybody
no one that I cared about, or felt connected to.
Yeah.
And that is so not true of me now. I live, I'll walk away from almost everyone I love and
That's
love
awesome.
making stuff with.
It's really, really incredible. I think that was really deeply reaffirmed when we did our Channel Awesome trilogy. Just because there was so much, and we were making it flying by the seat of our pants. So we were able to rely on a lot of people in our life for various favors and appearances and performances. We turned all of our friends into Doug Walker at least once. Yeah. We turned all of them into the fucking Nostalgia Critic.
And they were
Um,
happy
and they
still
were
liked us
happy and still like
afterwards.
us. So
And
that's really incredible, and I'm so
Divine Hammer
grateful.
kind of, we assumed, would stay just the two of us, and I think the meat of the film is, and obviously what we like wrote and acted is, but all of that secondary footage I think breathes so much life into the film, and basically all of that could not have happened without having the people that we have close to us.
Yeah. And so, you know, the moral of the story is you can still just make things if it's just you or just you and some other strange woman you met online. But doing that will doing that over and over again is sort of what allowed May and I to foster so many relationships, because obviously Divine Hammer was our first film. I've been making stuff online since 2008.
Oh wow!
You know,
Okay.
I've bolstered a lot of friendships over that time, and I've built up a lot of goodwill with them, thankfully. So I think, you know, if we were to give any sort of parting advice, it's make something, if you want to have to foster a scene of weirdo artists around you. Well, it really helps if you have the privilege to be able to afford living in a big city. That really, really helps. But honestly, like, if you are able to start making things on your own and you're able to get that in front of like-minded people and be very, very explicit that you will say how high when they say jump on their stuff.
True.
I think collaboration among small time artists, I think there's this kind of instinct to pass the same $20 around. But I think hopefully this continues to be a mode that works for us and doesn't blow up in our face in some way. But like, trying to be as willing to drop everything to help out on something else that a friend is doing, I think really, like, it is a good reminder that that is actually something that you can, like, ask for and just like do and if you're able to be reliable and rely on other people, that's actually that's actually the secret way to make independent art.
I would much rather waste 20 hours with a friend than give them $20 and hope that makes it easier to make something.
Definitely.
Right. Never forget where you came from.
That's right.
I bring that up because I think the question maybe kind of speaks for itself with Divine Hammer, but in YouTube and music stuff that I do, people are constantly acting like, how do I get started making a thing? And I feel like I don't know, I guess, like, sort of disclosing that like so much of how we are doing things now comes down to having a group of people around us, but that, like, you know, ultimately we did start with just ourselves.
Like, I as someone who used to bristle from the "we'll just start doing it" advice,
right?
It sucks, but like,
and it's a lot easier if you just already have somebody around you who's willing. But, you know, not everybody has that privilege.
That's a lot of really heartwarming things that I hope people can, like, pull away from it. I've tried to have people on, you know, for episodes like, here's a film programmer that might give people advice of, like, how to program films, or like, I'm gonna get a guy soon who runs a death metal record label. Like, how do you do this? You know, like, I think it's important to kind of instill this hope in people that, like, anything's possible. You know, you need community, and you need to accept that it doesn't happen overnight. You know? So
people have asked me sometimes, like, how do you become, like, a successful musician, and the answer is, unfortunately, I have a YouTube channel about something else.
Oh, okay.
And the truth behind that is get really lucky.
The truth behind it is start a YouTube channel when COVID happens.
Okay.
You know, I mean, I've had that channel for a very long time, but I got serious about posting to it again because I had a fuck ton of time to my hands and was also making unemployment money
Yeah.
Like
Okay.
crazy.
And then a job that you hated so much that you really wanted to stop working that job, so you did everything to not
Yeah, but
work
everybody
that
has
job.
that part. Everybody has that part.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Like going back very quickly to Toby Jones, our friend Toby Jones. His film, AJ, is effectively like a decade and a half long act of, or like not the film itself, but like his relationship with that friend has just been him putting a camera in front of that friend for years and writing stuff for him and turning him into his muse.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And like that film's so fucking good. I love it. It's a very, very out there comedy. And yeah, no, it is. He's just like just in love with one of his close friends and just loves to fucking put him in stuff.
Yeah.
And I love to just make my friends do stuff because they trust me.
Yeah, something that small and that silly can really like blossom.
Yeah.
I think there's this kind of like sometimes you hear a filmmaker say like, well, you know how it is. You say, hey, do you want to be a movie? And they go, yeah, absolutely. And then the day comes and they flake. I hear just as many people say like, no, like in my experience, people are so excited to be involved in a film production because they're like, wow, a movie? Sure.
Yeah.
There's like really no consistent advice on that front. So like,
no.
Yeah.
That's when the editing comes in.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Okay.
Yep.
We should move on to the questionnaire, if that's okay.
Yes. Yeah, I'm excited.
And then we'll wrap this up. Yeah, just
Great.
a few questions. Don't have to overthink them. Okay. What is one item you can't live without?
Boring answer, cell phone.
A lot of people say that.
Yeah. Or like laptop, honestly. I have nightmares sometimes where something bad happens to my laptop and I wake up and I think to myself, I would rather it just be me.
Oh.
Oh no, they shot my laptop with a gun. I wish it was me.
The SSD that has Divine Hammer on it, if something bad had happened to that before the film was at least done to the degree that it is, you would never hear from me again.
I want it to be like my computer or my phone, but the truth is, it is either my bedroom full of platypus plush.
Right.
I love those guys to death. I love platypus. There's one in Divine Hammer. She sits on Rose's desk. If any of those guys got hurt, I would die. I would die in an instant. Or my Nintendo Switch that has all my Pokemon saves on it. I lose those guys. I'm out the window. It's fucking over.
Yeah, if we're looking at it in a little bit more of an abstract sense, definitely.
Yeah.
So there's a couple answers.
It's funny. The last interview I did was with this guy Sam Hell, who's like an extreme horror director, makes like really gnarly stuff, and he's the first person that when he got that question said, "My family."
Wow.
Yeah.
You said thing, so I was thinking like
I know, right?
Yeah. That makes it like so much more wholesome.
I know.
Yeah.
I was like,
people
are gonna love to hear that. That's amazing. Okay. What was the last great movie you saw in theaters?
In
Divine
theaters.
I was hoping.
I'm gonna not say Divine Hammer because that's the only. I think that might be the only film I've seen in theaters this year. No, is it?
No.
This year I haven't seen a single film.
Or just like recently, I guess the last one.
What was I actually? The problem is I'm terrible and I don't go to the theater very often because when I watch movies, it's fun if it's like in my bed on my laptop and I can pause and pee whenever I want.
The last film I watched in the theater that was not Divine Hammer was the Wicked sequel. I didn't like that film very much. Before that was the second Five Nights at Freddy's film, which I also didn't like very much. So I'm going to say the most recent film I watched that wasn't my own that I really loved. I watched fucking Singing in the Rain recently. Singing in the Rain, 1952. No, at home.
Okay.
That film's fucking. I would kill to watch that film in the theater. It's so fucking good.
It probably happens all the time in Seattle.
Yeah, no, because it's a classic. It's a classic for a reason.
Okay.
Do you like my smug little look?
I can't even find the last movie that I saw in a theater. I'm like going down my. It might have been Koji Wakamatsu's documentary about the People's Liberation Front for Palestine.
Oh,
Or,
wow.
or whatever that acronym is
Hell
actually short
yeah.
for. It might have been that. That might have
That's
literally been the
amazing.
last movie I saw in a theater.
Wow.
That wasn't
It's a
It would be
serious
faster for you to
answer.
search your email for ticket stubs.
That's
than it
it's a
would be to
documentary
look
from
through
the
your letterbox.
60s.
Right, I've heard of it. I haven't seen that one.
Yeah, it's quite good. The archival footage is kind of like the highlight, and the sort of
Sure.
like, you know, philosophizing, beat poet philosophizing they're doing is sort of secondary, but
Okay.
it was fun to go to that screening and see that it was mostly like Seattle's like leftist community there, and not
Yeah.
like pervert pervert audience.
Oh, like
Obviously
the
there's a lot of
people
overlap
for-
between the two, but
yeah.
it seemed like a lot of the people there didn't know who Koji Wakamatsu was.
Sure. Yeah. I've only seen his pink films, so
Yeah,
his
yeah.
perverted stuff. Yeah. I'll have to
Yes,
track
yeah.
that
Prior
down,
to that,
yeah.
that was all I'd seen.
Okay. Huh. Okay, next one. What was the last great concert you went to?
See, the same way that I'm terrible for being a musician, or sorry, for being a filmmaker that doesn't like seeing movies in theaters that much, I don't like
Mm.
going to shows very much.
Oh.
So I
So
almost never do.
Oh.
we went to a one of the Rilo Kiley reunion shows.
Yeah, that
Oh,
was the
nice.
last one that we did.
That was
Oh, okay.
incredible. I
Cool.
loved it.
I was a little cynical about it. They were like too polished.
Yeah, yeah.
It happens.
I really loved it. It was very nice to yeah, that's the thing. It was very nice to hear that music live, but it was just polished enough that it was like, yeah, that's what
Okay.
it sounds like
It's
on the
sort of like
record.
listening to the record really loud at a winery, because it was at a fucking
Okay.
winery.
Oh.
We saw
Terrible ambiance.
Oh,
we
that
saw Kim Deal at a local
Right.
Kim Deal from the Breeders at a
At a,
local like
I
not
keep
charity
wanting to
event,
call
but,
it
like-
Chop, but that's a very different Seattle thing.
no,
Chomp.
I almost called it
Chomp.
Chaz, which is the same
Chomp.
thing, but not that thing. Chomp,
Chomp.
yeah. It was
It's like a food festival, and for some reason Kim Deal did a performance there for free, and she was amazing.
Yeah,
We
she was
wanted to
fucking
stay and see if
incredible.
we could flag her down to ask for her permission to use the title Divine Hammer.
Right.
But we sort of assumed that
okay.
she wouldn't come out, and then I looked the next day and saw that like 5 minutes after we left, she greeted literally every single person that was around and waited in line to see her.
Yeah, no,
It's
I
okay,
felt like
though.
such a dunce.
'Cause what if she
but-
said no?
Well, okay, because I Googled Divine Hammer earlier and it said
Yeah.
it was the Breeders song, but it also said it's like from Warhammer or something. And
I-
so I,
I
was
have
like,
to-
it's one or the other. I don't know which
Yeah.
one they grabbed it from.
It was most definitely the Breeders song. I think
Right.
so yeah, she was really, really amazing. She played stuff across her entire career, and it was really
Cool.
special. Before that, just so that I can Canada Aura Farm for a second, I saw the band Stars play their album "Set Yourself on
Oh.
Fire" in full.
Oh, yeah.
In I think at the end of 2024, and that was also really, really special.
Cool. That's awesome.
Got a really, really good hot dog after it.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Save that portion for an upcoming question.
Oh right. Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
It wasn't
next one.
that good.
Oh, okay. Never mind then. What was the last great book you read?
At the start of this year, I read the book, which, as you know, means violence by Philippa Snow.
Okay.
That is I think the subtitle is like basically it's a book about the intersection of self-injury or just violence in general and art, kind of
Oh,
exploring
wow.
it primarily through Jackass, which is
Oh
really
my
great.
god. I have to read this.
Yeah, it's really great. I really loved reading it. Yeah, so that's my answer.
I have started rereading a book that I've read twice before. Someone Who Will Love You in All Your Damaged Glory, which is one of my favorite books. It is a short story collection from Raphael Bob Waksberg, who was the main showrunner on BoJack Horseman, and
Oh,
it
wow.
is just a super like just fucking out there like collection of short stories about love. Some in like these really like weird magical realist situations. Some in like very down to earth settings, kind of stretching love from like familial love, romantic love. it is one of like my main touchstones and just like all of the art I love. It is so it's so eclectic. It's so fucking nice to just see all of these different what feels like a lot of authors coming together for one novel from one singular voice, kind of tuning the settings on each thing that comes out of his mouth for all of these different characters and worlds. It's so fucking fun. I love it. It's a really great read.
I should read it.
Yeah, no, it's great.
I gotta say both picks here, deadly. I gotta add that to my Amazon wish list. You know?
Nice.
Okay, next one. For his final meal, John Wayne Gacy picked KFC chicken, shrimp, and strawberries. For
Yeah.
your final meal before being executed, what would you pick?
Okay, like,
Anything.
does it depend on what we're getting executed for?
Yeah,
Like,
like
does that kind of augment it?
do we get more food if we were like a horrible murderer?
Well, I'm thinking more like, you know, if I was going to be put to death for like, you know, killing somebody's like steer, you know, I think I'd get a steak. And this is like the 1700s, and I'm gonna be hung for stealing somebody's like cow.
This is
I think I would ask for a steak.
This is like a bit, right? Like you could see this being a great sketch or something of like, okay, sir, you're gonna be executed, and the guy's like, oh well, you know, like going through all the options. It's just like dragging on.
If you won't give me a steak, I'm stabbing the guard in the neck until you give me a steak.
You can do that. Yeah.
I think man, I think probably I would opt for nothing because I would be too embarrassed to have anybody watch me eat.
You fucking
What?
nerd. So
Because it's my last meal, man. That's so intimate. They're not gonna let me do it alone.
Just imagine you're alone. Like no one's
Okay,
there.
I'm
Yeah.
alone. I'm alone.
You're
What
alone.
do I
That's
pick?
part of it. Yeah.
Probably fucking Taco Bell, right? Like
That's
I could,
so-
I could say something really like, you know, my mother's homemade cooking, my stepfather's delicious lasagna. I could say that. But really
Yeah.
at its core, the food that sort of epitomizes like the thing that is the most like hardwired in my brain to make me feel good probably is Taco Bell.
Yeah, whatever trips dopamine.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
I
Interesting.
have an allergy to eggs, shellfish.
You don't gotta go
tree
down the whole
nuts,
list, bro.
hazelnuts, mustard, avocado, apple, and pineapple. So I'm dying eating good food. I don't get to eat good food. normally.
Wait, that's genius.
Yeah, so I'm having
Yes.
there was this fucking really good like crab mac and cheese pasta that I had once in I believe Massachusetts as a kid that I ate so much of it and I thought it was really good, and then my heart started beating funny and I threw it up all in the parking lot. But I would eat that again. I would
Yeah.
eat like a really good crab pasta. Fucking, I don't know, man. Give me a hazelnut garnish. I don't care. I'm gonna die.
Yeah.
Eggs, pasta, crab, shellfish, hazelnut. Just pour it all on there. I'm gonna
Okay.
die anyway.
It's like
Let me
going to
die
like, a
happy.
frozen yogurt place. You're
Yeah.
just getting all the toppings, no matter
They
how
just let me
incongruous
let
they
me
are.
die.
Yeah.
There's a chance that the anaphylactic shock will get me before like the gun or the needle.
Who cares, right?
Yeah.
It's your final meal.
But I would feel like such a dumbass if I like survived. I would feel like
Oh.
such an idiot.
Oh, because you'd be like, that's you can't fire me, I quit.
Yeah, no. Like if I eat all of that shit and then I'm just really puffy and bloated and farting bad,
And that's how you
it's
have
like,
to die?
yeah, no, I'm gonna die like a fucking bloated corpse. It's gonna suck.
Yeah, you two are comedy writers for real. Like that's just like another good bit.
Like if I have a lot of stuff I'm allergic to, maybe I can like tactically like shit myself when I die and make it terrible for everyone who tried to kill
Oh,
me.
yeah. Like your final act of spite toward the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of like Stand By Me. Do you know that film?
Does that happen in Stand By
Well,
Me?
no, okay, like the guy doesn't die, but he's like bullied by everyone. He's like a big, like overweight guy. And so there's a pie eating contest at the fair, and he like drinks a bunch of like raw eggs and like some like I don't know, like ipecac or something, right? And then he starts eating the pies, and then he starts spewing everywhere, and then like
I
everyone in
have
the whole
this
town-
thought all of the time.
Oh, okay.
Anytime anything goes against me, like at work, I'm having a bad day. I'm like, I should vomit. I should vomit on the ground right now. They're gonna send me home. They're gonna have to send me home if I vomit on the ground. I've genuinely considered like carrying a bottle of Ipecac with me.
Okay.
That's not good for you.
No.
That's so fucking funny. I go through stints where I'm just puking constantly for some reason. Like food just stops agreeing with me, and I'm just like waking up 2 hours after I go to sleep to puke a bunch.
Maybe it's an ulcer.
It's come and gone. It's got to be related to some other thing.
Okay.
Yeah. Or maybe it's an ulcer who leaves when it gets bored and comes back.
You're right. Yeah, it's possible. Yeah. Like, oh, you ate Italian sausage again? That's what you're gonna be puking up? No fucking thanks. I'm out.
Oh, that's gnarly.
Sorry.
Okay. Speaking of gnarly, last question.
Great.
Can art go too far?
It depends. Are we including the way it's created?
However you
Because
would interpret
absolutely,
Yeah.
there's a billion unethical ways to make art. There's a billion pieces of art that were not worth the exploitation and suffering that went into them.
that.
So I feel like that's kind of like negating actually interrogating the meat of your
Like that's an
question.
easy cinch.
Yeah.
Okay.
And like not to get like too like graphic or dark or anything, but like I talk about anime for a living, so I'm constantly exposed to functionally a cartoon child pornography, right?
Yeah.
Like ultimately that's what it is.
Okay.
Yeah, because that's
Um,
just what so much of those guys draw.
and like I've had to really kind of like weigh through like whether or not I want to still find value in that stuff. And
Sure.
obviously, ultimately, the answer is yes. And like the kinds of movies I watch sort of reflect that in a slightly different way. And I think ultimately, I'm drawn to art that kind of like I'm not sure whether or not I'm going to have that reaction to it. I guess in that sense, you could say it sort of ties into what we were saying about kind of searching for something that's not like a known quantity already.
Okay.
Although
Yeah.
that's less like I want to be challenged and a little bit more like I think I'm just innately drawn to things that are going to make me question whether or not
Yeah.
they
Totally.
are like ethical, you know?
Yeah.
I
yeah.
I feel weird with like thinking about a lot of the art I really love. I really probably disagree with like parts of its creation. Like
Hmm.
especially working with kids, it's like I don't know how
Mm.
ethical it is to have a child actor.
Yeah,
Oh,
unethical.
yeah.
Unethical. I don't know if there's an ethical way to do it.
Yeah. But
Hmm.
like I still like films and TV shows with child actors in it. And like that's an impossible to square away gap for me.
Yeah,
Mm.
definitely.
Like is what I'm getting from this more than the not just even suffering like that this child might be experiencing, just like the disruption of the routine
long
of
shoot
growing up.
hours. And
Yeah,
like
yeah.
there's some stuff in place that's supposed to make that slightly better, but like
Yeah.
yeah.
Have you guys seen Climax? The Gaspar Noé
no.
film?
No, I actually haven't seen any of Noé's movies. And that's kind
Oh.
of like it's like him and Harmony Korine are guys that I've stayed away from because I've just kind of
Okay.
like perceived it as being like um I'm so 50-50 on whether or not I vibe with a provocateur.
Sure.
Yeah.
And I think that's a case where I've just always sort of assumed that I'm gonna bounce off it.
Hmm.
But really I should just sit down and watch fucking what is it? I keep wanting to call it Unbreakable, but that's not the right
Irreversible?
movie. Irreversible, thank you. Unbreakable is
Yeah.
the fucking M. Night Shyamalan Bruce
Yes,
it
Willis
is.
movie.
In
Yeah.
Climax, though, the story is a dance troupe that are having a party gets spiked with LSD in
Yeah.
their punch, and a little boy gets spiked as
Oh
well, and he
wow.
drinks it. And I just thought the way that he dealt, Gaspar Noé dealt with this child actor was actually kind of brilliant because what happens is the character goes into an electricity room and the door gets locked, and so you never see him. And so he's just
Yeah.
behind this door, like screaming and crying at a few points because he's like tripping.
So the actor was in a vocal booth
Yeah,
for that,
basically,
Yeah,
yeah.
totally. Yeah.
So you could picture it
I
like the kid's just like chilling, like eating ice cream
Yeah.
or something, like having a good time. And I was like, that seems like an ethical way to show child endangerment, you know?
Definitely.
That's so interesting. I know not a child actor, but Begonia that came out last year.
Oh, yeah.
I know that one of the lead that isn't Emma Stone or Jesse Plemons,
Yeah.
Aidan Delbus, he
Right.
was not on set for most of the film. He is like green screened in, and it is
Really?
part a stylistic choice to show his kind of distance from Jesse Plemons, but I believe it was also an accommodation for him being a younger actor, I think fresh out of high school,
Okay.
and being autistic,
Right, yeah.
and like getting him off of like a very hectic film set.
God, imagine that not just being a reason to disqualify you from being a professional actor.
Yeah, no, the fact that like that was all set out for him is incredible.
Right.
Yeah.
Because like when I was confronted with the reality that for the betterment of my health and the people around me, I should be adhering to a very strict sleep schedule. I thought immediately about the scene in Little Miss Sunshine where he realizes he's colorblind, and that means he can't be an airplane pilot, like an airplane pilot.
Yeah.
It's Paul Dano's playing a boy who's taken a vow of silence until he can pass his like aviation exam, and he finds out that he's colorblind.
Oh, so he can't. Then.
And he can't. Yeah, he learns that that's what that means. And there's a really incredible sequence where he like throws himself out of the bus and just screams "fuck" over and over as loud as he can.
Okay,
it's really great. Great hashtag Paul Dano moment. Yeah. So I thought about that. And obviously I've found ways to do it in ways that aren't disruptive. But you know, in that moment, it feels like, how the fuck am I? Because like, I mean, there were even moments when we were shooting Divine Hammer where like I would step on your wet bath mat and I'd be like, fuck this, I hate movies. You know?
Yeah. I think that is kind of the beauty of an independent production where we set out to make this film with each other. There is no world where you got recast or like your role got stripped back unless you wanted it to. Like any accommodations either of us needed were innately able to be provided. Like once I started working a real job again, like the fact that you couldn't just like fucking ring the bell and have me over with my car and we would be shooting stuff was something that started to be accounted for. And something I really appreciate about this scale of production.
Yeah, so it's shocking to see any sort of accommodations being made that objectively are going to slow down and complicate and cost more money on a set like that.
I really enjoyed chatting with you both.
Totally.
And the movie was amazing. It was a great double feature, if you will. Watching the movie,
the movie and the conversation. So. Wow, that's so sweet.
Yes, exactly.
It's been very... I've gotten like a flash of embarrassment every time something that we record, like an interview, goes over the length of the film.
I know, yeah.
You like, oh fuck!
You said that you're around Toronto, right?
I'm
around
in
that
Toronto,
area.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I think that is we've got like a couple different theaters.
Let me check.
That are
that is the one where Liz was like, yeah, we have like 7 theaters who want us.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna see if we can play a festival. I forget which one.
Yeah.
If we can't, we will be whoring ourselves out across Toronto.
Well, maybe Mae will be there.
Really?
Who knows?
Okay, cool.
She's got a passport.
Yeah.
Sweet. Yeah. Well, if you come, I will meet you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, this episode will be coming out probably like early May.
Awesome. Nice. Great.
So yeah, I'll let you both know when it.
Perfect.
That's incredible. I think I'll probably be. Oh god, that might be when I'm starting to. Hopefully, it doesn't fall through. God willing, go to Australia for this film.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that is
amazing.
Something to be right now.
Yeah, there are 2 festivals in Australia that want to play the film.
Well, I think one of them is playing the film, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Or am I thinking of Ireland? I've got them all so mixed up.
Oh,
I feel so bad.
It's a great problem to have. But
it's a really great problem to have. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's playing. It's like TITE or something, right?
Yeah. It's playing tight.
Right. That way.
In Ireland.
Right.
And I would have loved to go to that one, but that like specific week of April is literally the most busy I will be all year. So there was
Fair.
no way in hell that was gonna happen. I got jury duty. Like, fuck you. I can't do anything.
You have jury
Dude, I've
duty?
never ever been summoned to jury duty before.
Dude,
I'm turned
it's-
30 this year, and I have never ever been
Oh,
summoned
wow.
to jury duty.
It's on my desk right now. That's the side you can see.
That's fucked up.
Oh,
I
man.
get to call out of work for a day,
Yeah, fair enough.
so it's cool.
Cool. Okay, well, I will keep in touch and find out about the screenings. And
We'll have
add
to
all the
record
links.
an addendum so you can discuss the court details, the case details.
Oh,
the
yeah.
follow-up, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I mean, I can't wait to see. Maybe it's a guy who got murdered crazy,
Yeah.
or
maybe it's like somebody who got a parking ticket.
yeah, or
Or-
like a domestic dispute.
You can
Yeah.
work it into the next film somehow.
Yeah, just secretly be filming, and then we'll use the footage from the trial.
Totally
no,
legal, I swear.
Totally
Secretly be
legal.
filming, and then use the footage of a security guard looking at me sternly and getting kicked out.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, well, on that note, thank you so much again. You two have a great night, and we'll
You
be in
too.
touch.
Great.
Okay.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you for listening. To hear more shows from the Someone's Favorite Productions podcast network, please select the link in the description